Okay, YouTube, I am replacing the rear main seal on the Dodge 4.7 liter V8. It is the 16 tooth tone wheel. 8th digit of the VIN number of the vehicle should be N. So it's kind of a pain in the butt. Sorry, there's a lawn guy in the background. That's annoying, I apologize. Anyhow, so unlike the 5.9s and like older 5.2s, stuff like that, Magnum motors, you get underneath here and you remove the oil pan and the windage tray. Some people do clean up their windage tray. Do not recommend it, just because when you do that, it is aluminum, so you can bend it, prying it off. A lot of people don't know that when you see the seal coming through here, when you remove the tray, you can actually get a pry above or below the seal. If you go above, you're just going to bend the tray. You can, and these bolts are basically just hand tight and like a quarter turn all the way around, and there is a sequence to them and stuff, but anyhow, you can see here's the crank underneath here. So the rear main seal is, I've already removed mine, but just up right there. So anyhow, what you're going to want to do is, firstly, this is with the engine removed, obviously. If you still have the engine attached, I'll just show you the bell housing real quick. Sorry if this video is all over the place, but I looked all over the place on the internet and could not find one. So this goes for, actually, that motor, that is the replacement. That came out of a 2002 Dodge Ram 1500. Two-wheel drive. Different oil pans, so I'm obviously changing out the oil pan. So anyways, torque converter. Here's the the bell housing, transmission right there. What you'll want to do is, so here's a good view of the transmission. If it's still in there and you're trying to get the bolts out, there's 4 up top that are 14mm, and then there's several with the little inspection plate down there, and those are, some are 15, some are 16 actually. It's kind of weird, but so there's that bracket right there. So 14mm, 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 that little hole right there, that little hole right there. That's where the alignment pins, when you mate the guys, when you mate them right there, mate the guys, nice. But when you mate the two, the engine and the bell housing, that's where they go. But your inspection plate will go here, 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 and here. Actually the ground and stuff goes there, but when you remove the inspection plate, you're going to bring your hand up from here. You can undo that bolt, then you spin the crank around to get that to slide around. So the two little bolts that you took out are now up top. Then you take those out after you've removed the inspection plate on the bottom, actually, and then you can undo these motor mounts right here. There's a through bolt right here, through bolt right there, motor mount right there. You can just, if you have the engine in, you can pick it up or kind of separate them a little bit, but try not to separate them too far to where those pins come out, because then it becomes a nightmare. So I'll show you how long the pins are so you can get an idea of how far you can separate it if you're trying to do the rear main seal on your Ram or Dakota or whatever. This is a 2001 Dodge Dakota. It's all-wheel drive, actually, with 4 high, 4 low. So basically 4x4 Dakota. So you have here these pins. So that's how long they are. Let me focus here. Right there. So you don't want those pins to come all the way out if you're separating it. Yep. A ghost came through here and got really excited and started shooting this ectoplasm everywhere, and I already had the torque plate off. So what you're gonna want to do when you first get here, you're gonna have this torque plate sitting up here like this, and then so you're gonna remove that torque plate with these bolts here, and then you're gonna have your metal plate here that's sitting like this on the alignment pins. You just pull that off. Remember which way it goes. I don't know if it can. It'll probably go that way, but just remember which way it goes. Same with the plate. So when you get here, here's my old rear main seal. So some models you have to get up underneath the crank and remove the rear bearing holder or whatever. You don't need to do that on this. Oh, huh. Like a gunshot or something. And I live in a very nice neighborhood actually. But anyhow, what I did with this, if you don't have the tool, I just got it out with this. Mine was pretty stuck in there. This motor has 115,000 miles on it. They said it ran absolutely perfect, but with that many miles, and when you have the engine out, you just do it. So, or you can do this. I didn't use this, but I did it just to show you guys. Here, this is just a screwdriver with tape wrapped around it. Not a very good job, but you get the idea. You put tape around it. The reason behind that is so you don't scratch the seal well that goes around the crank right here. Guys, I'm not a mechanic, by the way. I am basically just DIY, you know, just do it yourself, kind of shade tree garage here. So if I'm missing something in the comments below, you guys please, you know, chime in here. Anyways, so what I did is it's okay if you kind of damage the old seal, because the new one's only $10. I think I paid $12.99 at like AutoZone or something, but I just put this in there like that. Give it a couple of knocks with it pulled in there. Just kind of pried, you can see it separating. And then I just did the same thing over here. And then it started to kind of twist a little bit, but so I just did it from the bottom the whole time, making sure that I did not scratch the well. Then once you pull this puppy out, right where you pulled out straight. This is kind of important. Pull it straight, because there's a tab. You see that little tab right here? It'll be on the new seal as well. Sometimes when it's all old and gunky and stuff, it's hard to see, but down in here, well, you're not going to be able to see it right now, but actually, hold on. There is, let's see here. See that little, boop, that little guy? That's where the little tab goes. It's hard to show on camera, but anyways, just know where that little tab goes. Clean this all up, get all that gunk, all that crap out of there, and then you're going to take some clean motor oil, put it inside the seal a little bit, just like around the edges and stuff. You don't really have to, but I'm going to put a little bit of clean motor oil around there, make sure everything's nice. And when you put it in there, if you did rent that tool, you can use that to push it back in evenly. If not, you can just take a blunt object or something, making sure you don't damage the new seal, like a socket wrench or something like that. Let's see, so if you just had like a socket wrench or something like that, you can put it up here, and then you kind of tap on that, you know, all the way around, get it nice and flush, and that's it. So there you go.